Breaking news, I managed to get my hands on some more information regarding the story mode of Mortal Kombat 12. Now, according to my source, Liu Kang will be depicted as a false god. He will face the highest level, the highest of the highest level of danger he's ever faced his entire life. Being a false god is one of the worst things a person can be. Now, another person who experienced something similar to this, just slightly different, is Shinnok. When Shinnok was casted from being an elder god and they casted him to the Netherrealm for the things that he did. Liu Kang is heading down that same road because he's a false god. Now, I am told this is one of the trials and tribulations that he will be dealing with, because nobody gave Raiden permission to make Liu Kang a freaking god. Liu Kang went upon and took it upon himself to not only merge himself, but to merge Liu Kang from a different timeline. That's three people in one. You do not mix that type of energy or power. You do not do that at all. That's just standard knowledge across the board. Raiden completely abused his position, and that right there is what's going to get Liu Kang in a ton of trouble. Because mind you, Raiden is no longer responsible. Raiden is a human now. I'm told that Raiden and Bo Raicho will be the ones that are going to be training new characters, as well as other people at the Wuxi Academy, to get them prepared for the Mortal Kombat tournament that's going to be coming, because they're going to be telling the story of the tournament in the next Mortal Kombat game, where it will actually take place at the tournament. And we will basically have some better graphics this time around and be able to see some old characters as well as some new characters, and there will be some DLC characters that you will meet. There will be some new characters that you'll like from the story mode, is what I'm saying, and they'll eventually appear as DLC, as fully playable characters, as a DLC pack later down the line of the game's lifespan. So that's what's going to be happening with Mortal Kombat 12. But the fact that Liu Kang is going to be a false god, this is going to be extremely interesting, because now it's going to get the attention of other gods. Mind you, Kronika had to answer to somebody. Come on now, Kronika has a husband also. How do you think Shinnok and Cetrion got here? You think bald-headed Kronika was in there banging herself? No, she was getting piped down by Kronos, or Chronix, whatever his name is. And he will be coming. He will be coming to confront Liu Kang. There will be some type of godly figure that will be coming to restore the order of balance. Now mind you, Kronika was not a bad character as far as her role in Mortal Kombat. It's her job to make sure that balance stayed the way it was. Kronika was actually the good character in this whole entire story. She was nor good nor evil. She did what she needed to do to protect the balance of time. Raiden is the person that destroyed it, because if you really look at it, Raiden has been doing this for several games, tampering with time, sending messages back in time. This dude worse than Barry Allen. He is worse than Barry Allen. Raiden has caused many flashpoints. And now this is the aftermath of what happened, and Liu Kang has to clean up Raiden's BS. Now here's something else that my source said I want you guys to pay close attention to. Kronika said we've had this exact conversations in several timelines, or whatever the case is. So if she saw all of them timelines, you mean to tell me that there was never a time she saw herself losing? What if Kronika dying was a part of the plan to begin with, because she knows somebody's going to bring her back? Or she needed them to react a certain type of way in order for a certain action to happen that only Raiden himself can do, as far as merging Liu Kang and becoming a fire god, which causes him to be a false god, which gets her the permission she needs from other people in order to take them out completely. I want you to think of it that way, because that could be a really good story plot, especially the way that he mentioned it to me. But let's get back on track here. So yeah, he informed me as far as the whole false guard thing. That is the trials and tribulations, the adversity that Liu Kang himself will be facing. Mind you, Liu Kang was put into a position that he was not ready for. So what I can see here is the fact that Liu Kang and Raiden have both completely swapped lives at this point, because Raiden and Liu Kang got into it in every timeline because they did not understand each other. They always butted heads. Now that Raiden and Liu Kang has switched sides, we can expect Liu Kang to turn evil at some point, or to do some evil, heartless stuff, because as a false god, he's going to fight for what he believes in. He's not just going to surrender his powers. So now Liu Kang is trending in that Goku, in the direction of Goku, because we got fire god Liu Kang. I want you to keep in mind how powerful this villain needs to be in order for him to be a match for Liu Kang. Liu Kang literally has 3 people inside of him, or at least the power of 2 people, which is 2 Liu Kangs, and the power of a Raiden, meaning that he would need somebody of same power, of that same power level. Who is stronger than the Elder God? A Titan. So we know Liu Kang defeated a Titan already, but is there something higher than a Titan, like a ancient Elder God or something? Because nobody can beat Liu Kang at all. He's a freaking super being. Same thing with Shang Tsung and his ending. He's a super being. If Raiden and freaking, what's his name, Fujin tried to jump Shang Tsung, they would lose. They would lose. He's just too powerful. So with that being said, you have to understand the level of threat that they would have to introduce to take Liu Kang off his throne. So when my source told me that this is going to be astronomical, he said that this was going to be massive, one of the biggest stories that they've done in a very, very, very long time. So that one of the only people that would make sense, other than bringing in other Titans, is the fact that a version of Onaga would be very appropriate to come challenge Liu Kang. Because remember, Onaga had that undead army, so there's a lot that can be done with that. You got an undead army that you can use to fight off the minions. You got Onaga getting more powerful. You also got Shinnok's amulet, so there's no telling what's going to happen, because Shinnok's amulet increases the power of anybody that gets their hands on it. So you only could expect that in some way, shape, or form what the villain is going to be going forward. Now I asked my source, is it possible that the 2 timelines can merge as far as Liu Kang's ending and Shang Tsung's ending? And he said he didn't want to spoil too much, but he never said no either. He never said no either. Now, and I do remember doing a video previously where I told you guys that that is one of the directions that they were looking to take, except that would be considered only for DLC based on the demand that it receives by the time the game come out, because a lot of people are interested in seeing where Shang Tsung's ending goes. Now I will go ahead and tell you straight up, if they decided to do Shang Tsung's ending, not only would we be able to get his ending, which is another story mode in itself, we would able to get characters introduced such as Havoc, such as Hotaro, and a couple of other characters that come from those realms that we will be visiting, which will be fantastic for another, how can I say this, for another DLC pack or something like that. So that way people can be able to enjoy that second story mode from an alternative reality, and then also being able to enjoy the characters that come with it. So it would just make complete sense for them to merge those realities into a new reality where they can finish their battle, and then boom, Shang Tsung's defeated forever, and we can kind of move forward. Now, as far on the Liu Kang side of the story, I also would like for them to continue that, because we get a fresh start, and Shang Tsung just merely does not exist to a degree in this reality. But also, I want you to remember too that Kronika shaped Shang Tsung merely for his existence to collect souls for her. So remember, if Shang Tsung exists at any point in time, he only exists because Kronika allowed him to exist to gather souls for her. So just keep in mind that she can always come back through Shang Tsung. Something could be written in as to some type of protection clause or whatever the case is. But just know that that woman is extremely smart, and the fact that she went out so easy just does not sit well with me. But like I said, my sources informed me that Liu Kang will be depicted as a false god. So I want to pass this question off to you guys in the comment section below. How do you feel about Liu Kang being a false god and he has to face the actual gods about what he's done and how he has destroyed the space-time continuum and mere existence itself. I think that will be fantastic. Again, make sure you smash that subscribe button and turn on post notifications, as this is your brand new favorite and exclusive place to watch daily Mortal Kombat content as we ride the wave to 19K. Be sure to smash that like button to tell people you like this content and that you want to see more. With that being said, guys, catch you in the next one.